Hello, and welcome to the Rag Company podcast. This is a detox cast. And for those who aren't familiar, that means we have a guest from the detailing industry. And today, it is none other than Pan TheOrganizer.
You said it wrong.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Pan
TheOrganizer. There he is. All right.
I don't know when to stop. I don't know when to stop the A's there, but
some people have timed me actually on it and have said you've gone for like 11 seconds in this video, stretching it out. So.
There's a formula involved.
Yeah.
So, any rate, we've got a guest, Pan, and this is Pan episode number 2 of the Detox Cast. Because you know what? Sometimes you just can't have enough. You got to come back. You got to talk some more.
Yep.
And today we did some stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. You guys,
day.
Well, you guys went out to dinner last night.
Yeah.
Took him to Bella Ikea.
Bella Ikea.
That was a nice restaurant
on the river.
Not Bella Ikea. Bella Ikea.
Some good food in Boise.
Yeah, we've taken some folks there. It's a good
I think
place.
Matt was there last time with us.
We took Matt last time with us.
Garage, yeah.
It's just, Italian food, fun stuff. So.
Italian food on the river.
On the river.
So we had a good chat.
It's got good vibes.
And I think, Pan, you got to kind of know us as a company and just kind of figure out all the cool inner working stuff that you normally...
He's like, I cannot wait to leave tomorrow.
Exactly. When's my blade leaving?
People don't realize how much goes into microfiber. Last night, I think we blew Pan's mind with just the level of detail that goes into this stuff.
You think you know a lot about microfiber towels until you speak with these guys and hang out with them for a couple of hours. Guys, it's just crazy. My mind was blown multiple times. You'll see why in a couple of videos. But,
we try and go easy on you, but even still, it's a lot sometimes. And I appreciate, though, this was Pan's video idea we did earlier today, was to kind of demystify microfiber.
Yeah, we broke it down.
Bring a lot of the complication out of it and just give people the straight talk on what's what and why it works a certain way, and then that way people can make their own decisions as to what they want. But you really were a good a vessel for that information.
Well, it was important for me.
I like that
we sat
word.
down with Levi on this one, and one of my goals, and you guys are going to see this in the video, was to kind of demystify everything about microfibers. So people think that microfiber towels is easy. You just go up to any big box store, you buy some, and that's it. But that's not the case at all. Nope. There are microfiber towels made for every sort of application. You can even have them custom tailored to whatever you like to use. So some thicker towels, some thinner towels. We talked about GSMs, the plushness, what material weaves they use. So we're going to geek out on towels. You're going to love that. And another point of it was to kind of create a starter kit. So for people who want to start off with the Rag Company towels and build kind of kits that are value oriented and kind of get people focused on, well, these are the kinds of towels that you need to start off. And then you can build from there. And also another kit for people who are more the enthusiast grade or professionals who want the best of the best. So that was a pretty cool video. I thought we demystified and
it was over an hour long.
It was. Time flew.
Yeah.
But there's so much information. So if you want to learn everything about microfiber products and towels, just check that video out.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Tips and tricks, right?
Yep.
How to wash towels, even how to properly care for them, how to build your kits.
Broke it down in families, weaves, GSM.
Yes.
Blends.
You got the whole lot.
And you're getting this from the experts. So that was the cool thing for me, is I've been detailing for a long time and I show you guys how to do a lot of stuff. But getting experts to come in and really hone you into the specifics and the how-tos and whys. I just like learning a lot of stuff that's very important to me, and I like to transmit that to my audience as well. So you guys definitely know your stuff.
Well,
but above and beyond that, if I can say this on camera, these guys around me here and everybody in the Rag Company that I've met, from the CEOs all the way down to the employees who pack the towels, everybody is genuinely good people. So what you see on camera, guys, sometimes you see people on YouTube and then you meet them in real person and they're a bunch of jackasses. No, these guys are honestly super nice people. We had a blast. I knew I'd have a good time because I follow them all the time. I watch all their videos, but it was nice to see that you guys are genuinely good people.
Well, thank you.
You see, what you see is what you get.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we try and we hope that, that comes out not only on the podcast, but through our video series. Yeah. But, we try, we want to try and get more of the team, like the people downstairs, other employees, to be able to come onto the podcast or do videos and stuff. But not everybody wants to be on all the time.
Yeah.
That's one of the beauties of Anthony's Towel Guest giveaway on Instagram, is we can round in, some of the employees for some of the events, or we can get 4 or 5 of them, or we can get 2 of them, or we can get 1 of them, So everybody gets a bit of a feature, so to speak. Yeah. on the network, so you can really and understand, like, we're all just people here at work, and our goal is just to try and make it fun to work here.
Yep.
And we joke that, like, there are times where we'll walk through, going downstairs through the Amazon pack rooms, and they're watching TV. And it's on their phones, but they have their phones sitting in front of them, and they're just folding towels.
Yep.
And most people go like, I can't believe you're letting them watch whatever they want. Maybe they're watching Netflix or something on their phone, but they're folding towels.
They deserve
At the end
it.
of the
They've
day,
earned it.
at the end of the day, they're
Absolutely.
folding towels all day.
And they're doing a good job.
And they're doing a great job.
If they were like leaving giant messes and it was thrown all around, strewn about, maybe then there would be a conversation.
Or
but
we had a high
never...
level of defects, or getting past. But they go through, they check every single towel. They check.
I was impressed by that, by the way. The
That's what's
level
so
of quality control. You'd think that's such a big company. Then you guys sell millions and millions of towels. I thought that it was, a commercial pallet that comes in, you just not even unbox it, just ship it out to Amazon or
there's a great mystery, when it shows up, whether it's good or not.
Every single towel. Again, guys,
on
one
retail,
by one.
On retail and Amazon, we go through every towel.
Yeah.
If you purchase wholesale or distributor from us, we only check color and shape, basically making sure it's 16 by 16 in the box.
Like, yep,
if it
that's
says
square.
If it says it's 1627 and it's black, okay, let's look. Yep, it's black 1627, perfect.
Yep.
And then we'll double check counts sometimes. So if it says it's 125 on the box and we know that there's 25 in every bag, there better be 5 bags in that box. So that's about the depth we go into wholesale and distributor. But we expect our wholesalers and our distributors to do their own quality control.
Right.
But if it comes out of the ragcompany.com or Amazon fulfilled by the Rag Company, it's going to be 100% quality checked through us here at
It's
this
gone
location.
through our hands.
Yep.
We've touched every towel.
Yep. That's pretty cool. You guys definitely know your stuff. And by the way, I can see that bottle over there. Do you mind if we show that?
What?
You want to drink?
I don't think anybody wants to hear about this anymore.
Slowly
They're so
slide
tired.
that over to him.
Too much, but guys.
Well, we haven't put any on the table yet, so it's not so slick yet.
I've been hearing so much. This is the Bead Maker by PNS. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. Lots of hype lately. You're going to see me test this in a video. Okay, I'll just keep it short. My mind was blown, but you'll figure out why. I was kind of skeptical, and when I heard that these guys actually enjoyed it and really liked it, and I know how genuine they are, I'm like, well, you know what? Let me try it for myself, and we put this through rigorous tests. You're going to see how well we prep the panels themselves. But this is serious stuff, so stay tuned. I think this is going to be a great video. I call it sort of like a game changer in its own field. So it's a spray-on sealant.
Game changer by Pan TheOrganizer, the new product.
It's Pan TheOrganizer Double Black
Collection. What I was telling
Collection.
these guys is the cool thing that regardless of how many years or decades you've been detailing, there's always a moment in life where you find something new or an innovative product, and you're happy that you found that out.
Well, and I told you that when I used to detail when I was young and I first started detailing my 76 Oldsmobile. I got the hood all polished out. I got a couple layers of wax on it back in, this would have been 2000, 2001. And took my girlfriend up into the foothills and was going to, have a romantic evening on the hood of that 76 Oldsmobile. And went to throw the Mexican blanket that I had onto that hood, and it just slipped right off the hood onto the ground.
I think it'd be funnier if she went to get on the hood and just slipped off.
Hold on, you just gave it away.
Oh, no.
So then we threw it back on, and she went to get on, and also couldn't stay on the hood and started to slide off, so she hopped off too. And I was like, well, I guess that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I realized like surface tension for waxes, polishes, things like that. And I was like, oh, my hood's really slippery now.
This isn't working for me for chicks.
This isn't going to work for me. I'm going to have to deaden it down, right? Right, yeah. So, but that was the first, that was my first light bulb moment of going, oh, that's a very slippery surface.
Yeah.
And I, and then as I've grown in my detailing career, I've felt slick surfaces, but that aha light bulb moment didn't happen again until I found Bead Maker until I started using it. I
think I had some sort
oh
of
my
a
gosh.
moment like that today.
An epiphany.
I'm super candid. You're going to see on camera. I don't think they're going to edit that. I'll just leave it in.
No, we'll just leave it.
Yeah, so it's something. So we can take
But it
that
is,
away now
it's-
because I don't want.
I
them to
haven't
see it
seen
too
you
much.
act like
He's
that
gonna-
before. You
he's gonna put on
genuinely
his
kind of had a
teeth,
freak
he's
out. Just
on
a
the
little
glasses.
freak
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
for sure.
Yeah.
No, but that's what's so cool about it. And that's one of the things I love playing with products. Doing this stuff is because you get to find those aha moments again, and they don't happen all the time. And a lot of people think like, oh, you guys are just like we've said, the hype train. You're just trying to build the hype. You're trying to make it. You want to sell product.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to sell product, but I guarantee you the reason we have the products we have is because those are products that I use every day.
Same philosophy
Those are
that
products
I use,
that
I would
have
buy or
used
I
every
would
day
use. Yeah.
or that I do use.
Yeah.
And that's how we've kind of established 90% of the products here in the Rag Company is Anthony and I have used it, like it, and we stand behind it. And so that's why it's in this store. And we
and if
do
I
a lot.
remember in your video that you had recently, I think you guys detailed with a bunch of other professional detailers Air Force One.
Yeah.
So it's not like you use this on only small surfaces. You use this on an aircraft.
Yeah, they've been, and PNS is one of the sponsors of the Air Force One project. So there was a ton of Bead Maker used on those planes.
Is that how
you
you got introduced to the brand?
Yeah.
Some of the
Yeah.
R&D
Well,
for it
yeah.
was
It's part
on
of
those
it.
planes.
Yeah.
If you like the way it smells, just as it
it's-
is spraying,
yeah.
being in that Boeing Air Museum, walking around,
It's
it is
wafting.
like Bead Maker in the air, and you'll see if you go
There's
back on
so
our
many
Instagram.
people spraying it on the bottles.
If you go
for
back
sure.
on our Instagram, we have they have 5-gallon tubs of Bead Maker everywhere that they're refilling with, and I took a big old picture with it, but. It's great. I mean, it smells awesome when you're walking around
Yeah.
there.
Do you guys
and,
know what quantity you actually use for the aircraft?
we can look it up.
we can
So
look
pretty
it
nuts.
up.
I'm guessing
but-
multiple gallons of that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it's a lot.
It's a lot of gallons. But last year, so this year was the first year coming back to Air Force One with Bead Maker on the surface, and it had spent exactly 1 year under a covered canopy.
Yeah.
With
there were
open
no
walls.
there were no walls, but it had a covered canopy, and they said that last year they applied Bead Maker and they applied it very heavily and did a full-on proper coat of Bead Maker on the entire surface of Air Force One.
Yep.
And this is an old plane. This is Kennedy's Air Force One, and they applied that coat and then they left it. And then the maintenance crew at the museum of flight, they only rinsed the planes, and that's it. They basically rinse the dust off of them and wait, until they get detailed again for a year. So they come through every couple months and rinse it. And when Rennie and Bob and Keith and those guys are inspecting the planes just to go through and figure out how much work they need to do for the week on what planes and what they're doing, Rennie was noticing that there was still 80% of the Bead Maker on the surface was still adhering to the surface. Now, mind you, this is no friction.
Yeah, of course.
It's open to the elements,
Yeah.
and it's only been washed and let to dry.
Yeah.
And so there's probably some hard water and things, but the whole thing's
It's a
cylindrical.
coastal climate, too.
And it's a coastal
Yeah.
climate, so it's gone through all 4 seasons. It's got a lot of rain. It's a very humid area. So
Salt in the air.
Yeah, and there's salt in the air, and so. But they were saying Bead Maker for only having being rinsed off and not being agitated or really washed traditionally.
So if you leave it alone and set it,
They
and
just
forget
left it, and it basically you recreate it, put it on a car, you leave it under a canopy or car cover, like a carport.
Yeah.
And rinse it off every couple months and don't dry it. They were noticing that the Bead Maker is still active and still holding to the surface.
that speaks volumes.
So they were able to just fix a couple spots, polish out a couple areas that maybe the application wasn't strong enough. Then this year, using the IK sprayers and things like that, they were putting a heavier coat of Bead Maker on. And this was also the first full year a lot of those planes had gotten to be completely under the canopy for an entire year. The year before, they were still there was only half the roof done. They were still bringing planes in. So it'll be interesting to see next year because everything got a nice heavy coat of everything had been
Bead Maker.
corrected. Everything held really well because it was no longer out in the open. And then everything got a heavy coat of Bead Maker. So it's pretty impressive stuff in the sense
I
that
agree.
it can work that
I
way.
agree. I'm trying to
but-
contain my smile. You're going to see. Trust me.
But it's fun.
Train.
But
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
But what I love is that like there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
literally
To-
nothing like
To
it.
those who feel that, the whole hype, that we joke about it, but really there was, to a degree, just a backlash from people who hadn't tried it or used it or something.
There was
It's
a bit of a
very
backlash,
It's very interesting, and I think that stems from a few things where people just hadn't heard of like PNS or something, or
Yeah.
they weren't familiar with it, and to think, oh, I missed that, and now I'm just hearing about it. Like I feel like I'm on top of the game. I should have known about
should
that.
have known about it.
If
You
it's that
honestly
good, I would have
to
heard
try
about
it
it.
to realize just how good
Yeah,
it is. And
yeah,
by
and
the way, guys, you'll see the tips and tricks we'll give for the application. It's not that complicated. It's actually so easy.
Yeah.
And when you know how, it gets
Yeah.
easier from
Well,
there.
and-
First application is the longest, and even that was
Yep.
super short.
Yeah, it's
And then
not
it gets
it's not
easier.
that bad. And
Yep.
the thing to remember is like, yes, it's been on it's been in the industry. It's 3 years old. It's not nothing new. It's nothing new. But if you're not following, it's been a pro detailer product
Yeah.
for those last 3 years. It hasn't been a heavy like consumer or prosumer
yeah.
product. It's a fully professional product that professional detail shops have been using. And I think it took a lot of just what we've done, what others have done, to be able to show it and open it up to a lot of the enthusiasts. And
Because we kind of bridge that gap
yeah.
between the enthusiast and the pros.
Yeah.
We're in touch with both sides of that
and
industry.
I think that's kind of it. I think it throws guys off because they're like, hold on a second. Because there are guys that are seriously addicted to detailing products. That's all they eat and sleep,
Yeah.
but they're not professionals.
No.
And it's, if you're in detailing for the business, for the love of it, for the passion of it, yes, you're gonna try and find and learn about every single thing in company, but I think a lot of guys just don't realize that there are a lot of great companies, and true to form for us, one thing we do is we always want to be able to sell products where we have direct access to the chemist,
that's a
or
Yeah,
the
that's nice.
chemist owns the company.
Yeah.
And so that's why we carry Optimum Polymer Technologies, because they make everything in-house. You can go to the factory. You can go to Memphis. You can take a tour. You can take a class where you can learn. You can see the whole thing. And
Dr. David Gadusi is an actual organic chemist himself.
And Dr. David Gadusi is a doctor of organic chemistry.
Yep.
And then the same with PNS.
Oh, are you going to say that they blend their own chemicals?
They do.
Yes.
Look
They
at
make their own chemicals
that.
in-house.
been doing it since
Okay.
the 60s.
They've been doing it since the 60s in
So they're
Hayward,
serious.
California.
Is any one of them in the chemistry business?
Their brother, one of the brothers. So
Okay, so
Dave,
he's an actual
Dave
chemist.
Phillips is a chemist, and he's actually a doctor of surface technology. So he dictates on how he knows, or surface chemistry or whatever. He does basically knows molecular surface construction and how things can cross-link and bond and create different contact angles. That's what he went to school for at UC Davis.
So it's not just another relabeled or rebadged product. This
No.
is their proprietary stuff.
Yep. And they've been, and their dad started the company 60 years ago. Their mom still works for them. They took over the business from their dad, and when they bought the company, they built a new bottling facility and mix house and blend house and all that stuff for their products, because Dave had started doing that and blending the product.
Yeah.
Took over the recipes of the original blend master, brew master that they had. Took over the recipes and was continuing, but they were building a new facility because they wanted to grow the company. And then they decided we should get into detailing products. And so they created some detail products, but then they were like, we really need a truly top-notch level of detailing, a detailing line that we could really have some fun with.
Yeah.
And so 6 years ago, that's basically what they did. They started branching out, working on creating the double black collection, and
Call it
working
the
with Rennie
enthusiast
Doyle.
level kind of stuff. The obsessed with detailing.
Yep. And that was the one that pros could use. It became also a retail product, so that their guys that are jobbers on trucks, that are delivery guys that literally own their own business in a truck, and they drive to the different body shops and car washes and detail
Yes.
shops, had a product they could sell, not only the commercial line but also that line. And so
the efficiency of cost and all that stuff. While you want to make sure you're getting a high quality product to jobbers, pros and stuff, they got to make sure they're making money at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So you can't be buying all these super expensive products, but they got to work too. So that's where something like the PNS line comes in, because they do meet a really attractive price point while actually being very, very good.
And they're
products.
they're highly concentrated products, and so
it goes a long way.
Yeah, but this product, Bead Maker's ready to use right out of the bottle.
Yeah,
and that's how we got to know him. We got to know Mike or Bob and Dave. I don't know why I keep saying Mike, but it's Bob Phillips and Dave Phillips are the two brothers. And
because Mike Phillips sounds
Mike Phillips so much like Auto
not
Geek.
a real third brother.
Well, and Bob always jokes that he's happy to be with his brother Mike Phillips. It's really funny. Like he always says that.
Go watch the IDA podcast for that one.
But Bob is the salesman. He's the man that runs the day-to-day operations of the business. And then Dave designs and develops and makes the chemicals.
So they're a good team.
So they're a great pair. And like I said, they're brothers that are in the family business. They took over their dad's company. Their mom still works. She signs the checks. She does all the bookkeeping still.
Isn't that amazing? All these details that you know. So like you said, you look for companies that you know a bit of their background. You know the individuals behind the brand.
Well, we
want
to we've got to do business with them.
That's cool.
And we want them to, we want to know them just like they want to know us.
Yeah.
Because we're going to go into business together.
Yeah.
And
it's a relationship.
It literally, that's what it is. And so you try to learn as much as you can, and you attend events together, and you do stuff together to build that synergy between the two of you. Excuse me.
That's
that was
All
a
that
big
Pepsi.
burp.
Can we keep that in the video? I love
My
that
gosh.
That's not going anywhere.
We had
This is
some
how
barbecue
honest and
tonight,
candid this
and I
is.
got a little
I
excited.
just got a whiff of that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
gross.
It's all
Good
water
stuff.
that's in here, by the way, guys.
So,
Well, it's all that
yeah.
damn
Hello, guys.
Pepsi he drinks, deteriorating his stomach lining.
So anyway, but it was just that's what we do. So
That's cool.
for us, we want to be able to contact the chemist. We want to be able to ask him, "Hey, Bob, or do you have anything idea on what's in this?" "Yeah, you need to talk to Dave because that's Dave's baby." "Okay, can we talk to Dave?" "Yeah, hold on a second."
And you get on the line.
And then
with
we
the
get online
chemist.
and we're like, "Dave, so tell us about Bead Maker." And Dave will take you down the rabbit hole even if you didn't want to go down
of
there.
course.
He's so excited
He
to
must
tell
be one
you.
of his pride and joys.
Yeah,
So it's
So
natural.
he gets in
That's
it. He
passionate.
starts talking about it, and all of us are just sitting there, like, you lost us.
You're left
Like,
with no doubt that he's the kind of guy qualified
All
to
right.
be doing this
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, but
You
it's
lost me at the color orange. Where did that come into play? What happened there?
yeah, but it's just fun and wild to find out this
Yeah.
stuff. And the same with Dr. G, and that's one of the things we do, because yes, there's a lot of companies that are out there that do carry blended products that are from other blend
And
houses.
I'm okay with that too. As
And
long
that's
as
not
the
the
end
end of the
result
world.
works
Fine.
well. We were
Yeah.
talking about that
But
before,
it just
right?
means that the products they work good if there's lots
Yep.
of companies
Who
using
want
it.
them, yeah.
But for us, because I've been in detailing for so long, because I know that there's certain products and certain things, that's why we carry Optimum. That's why we carry PNS, is so that we have that access. We can bring in all the information and we can have them explain it in their words, or someone who works for them, their words. And so that way it makes it a lot easier for the common folk, and it can bridge that gap, like Dane says, between the professional and the enthusiast, so they both get the same level of knowledge that maybe the enthusiast didn't need, or maybe the professional never knew.
Yeah. Yep.
But at the same, but they've learned, they know, they become more educated, and that always helps. And we're gonna have Dave Phillips here in October. He's gonna spend some time, and we're gonna have him in the podcast studio. We're gonna do some videos with him, because we're going to pick his brain. We're going to get to the
Yes,
bottom of
please
Bead
do,
Maker.
please do.
So we want to bring him on just so everybody can see that. So he'll be here next month, hanging out, sitting at this table.
You'll put me in the background on a FaceTime
we'll
call.
FaceTime Pan. We'll set him up over in the
Like a fly
corner.
on the
Pan
wall.
is here in spirit and on FaceTime.
I
But
had to be there.
yeah, no, it's
It was a cool thing.
It's an awesome product, and
Yeah.
we love using it. And we're not saying it's for everybody. Try it yourself. See how you
Exactly.
like it.
I mean,
Have fun.
we can
Go out
say
there
it's
and
good,
enjoy
but
it.
until you try it,
Well,
it's up to you.
and I know. It's like this is what the 57th podcast we've been talking
Right,
about
I
Bead
know.
Maker on.
Don't worry, we'll get an email tomorrow asking
and-
questions about Bead
and
Maker.
I
Or
feel
a comment.
I feel like, I know we're kind of beating a dead horse here, but I think it just, the reason why we're talking about it today is because Pan tried it for the first time, right?
Yep.
And that's why. And this is just a product that continues to stay relevant over these last few months, with OG getting their hands on it, with with us venturing and trying it on different vehicles, and then just seeing other people's reactions as well. That's just everybody. And
it's our mission to get people to try it and see what their genuine reaction is.
When Matt had tried it from Obsessed Garage, I remember his face, the initial look that he had, that something was going on in the head, and you can tell the wheels were spinning. He was trying to grasp what he was experiencing, and he had said in one of his own videos, if I'm not mistaken, guys, it's hard to explain what it feels like. So I've been through that today, and you're going to see that in the video, I'm sure. Please don't edit that out, by the way.
No, I'll just leave it.
I love candid stuff. They just see like the truth and honesty behind it, but the touch and feel of that slickness level is just, it is another level. I just remember just keep on touching the panel and touching it. You can't, your mind has to really have to decant tonight.
Yeah, you're like, how did that Mexican blanket fall on the ground?
Seriously.
It would have been way faster.
What is she doing on the floor over there? How did she get down there?
And we were saying too, Levi, imagine if you had this like 10, 20 years ago when you were pro detailer in your business. This game-changing level stuff, it's nuts.
Yeah, no, it's
your customers would have had a very high bar for anybody else who detailed for them after that.
Well, I think it pushes the envelope for other brands and other businesses around to say, hey, listen, we can't sit on our laurels and not do anything else to push the development of new products, because you always have competitors that will come out with some innovation that people will get excited about, and that's what I love about this industry. It never stops. What I use, and I'm sure you guys the same, what I used to have as products or techniques just 5 years ago, not even 15 years ago, are not at all the same tools and techniques and products that I use today.
It's totally different.
It changes like crazy.
No, in the last,
you can't get stale.
Last 7 years, the industry's completely different than it was. And surface technology products and polymers, it's absolutely insane. I couldn't have fathomed this if you would have grabbed me 7 years ago.
I just love the fact that it all goes so well with microfiber.
I mean, I just love that. If you want to know our ulterior motive, we always find a way to make towels tie into it.
We've always said we are the potatoes of a steak dinner.
That's right.
I like that analogy.
Is the potato.
Yeah, we're not the big show.
We're not the big show. We're not the waxes, sealants, polishes.
And you can load us. You can put some cheese and you can put some bacon on us, and you can fancy us up a little bit. But but we're still not going to be as sexy as the steak and be as sexy as the.
But we'll be delicious.
But you're essential to the meal.
Well, you're just a mushy white guy.
Cheese stain. Wow. So, but yeah, it's one of those things to where everything other products that we use go so well with our towels and go so well with microfiber in general. But that's what we get the enjoyment out of it. And so, we could build hype around any one of our microfiber products, and those are our products, right? PNS, that is not our brand. We don't own that brand. We don't have any stake in that brand. But the fact that we love a product this much that isn't our own and we're pushing it, I don't know why people.
Well, it's the same thing when we had O&R. We still have O&R, but people were like, "Did you guys make it?"
It's a lot of skeptics.
No, we just push it a lot,
and they say, "Oh, you're pushing it because you just want to make sales." I'm like, you have to remember, we only make so much money off of this because we're not making this stuff in the first place.
Remember, lots of places sell PNS products. Lots of places sell O&R. We're not the only ones. We benefit from people buying from our store and stuff like that, but at the same time, people could just as easily buy from somewhere else with the knowledge they've then gained. But you know what? I trust, people getting their knowledge from a place. They're going to go, oh, I heard it from those people. I'm going to, support them.
Support them.
And I see that. That's a thing that comes back.
You're educating.
I trust people are going to do that. Sure, there's some who don't, and they're just, chasing a dollar. But that's where it really... that's where it really makes a difference, to be educational, to be somebody who's trying to... raise the industry.
There's value added, I find, to the stuff that we create, like whether it's my channel or your channel or Matt's channel. We bring something to the table, and at the end of the day, you hope that the individual understands your passion for whatever you're talking about. And if they do end up buying a specific product from you guys because you sell it or whatever, well, it's just an added bonus. But what I like about how genuine you guys are is you truly are passionate about what you do, and you're there to share information first. And the byproduct of that is if people say, listen, they make sense, I like what they're talking about, they're professionals, they're a professional group, and I enjoy listening to them. Well, of course, the tendency will be, well, you know what, let me encourage them and let me try their microfiber products. And once you do, you'll get hooked. And the cool thing, when Anthony, you were saying that it's a cool supplement, let's say, because you guys always have, it's a perfect match for your microfiber products. You're going to see this in the videos, guys. I was like a kid in a candy store. I had like all these microfiber towel selections in front of me, and we chose one, and you're going to see which one to apply, the Bead Maker. So it is pretty cool. So you have the perfect tool, the perfect product to do the job. And
And there's so many different applications. I mean, between chemicals and microfiber, there's just all that synergy there.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what you're using, and so it's not just towels. It's wash mitts, it's applicators. You know, and hell, even eventually we bring brushes into the mix, right?
Yeah, we've got brushes.
and we'll
I might
use
say
brushes.
they are comfortable.
Yeah, they're Levi picked those out because of his old hands.
But they're
his
big
battle,
hands.
His,
I don't know if you knew this, Anthony. My hands are bigger than yours.
If they're comfortable for Levi, they're going to be comfortable for virtually anyone else because, frankly, Levi's hands are messed up.
Well, you know what? Hey, but
They are, but I show Dane every once in a while when I have weird arthritic growths or bone stuff sticking out. I'm like,
That sounds
Dane,
so
come
horrible.
check this out. And he's like, no.
And I'm like, not again.
Oh, no. I don't want to see it. I'm going to throw
I
up.
just ate, man.
So are you sure? Is this bend this way
Yeah, I'm like-
on your hand or no? Oh, okay.
Do you have this bone sticking out on the side? No.
Let's.
But-
Yeah,
I don't want to
no.
see it.
But
By the way,
there's-
on a
there's
side
lots of
note,
stuff.
guys, I'm drinking out of Angela's cup.
Angela, I hope you're watching.
Angela, I hope you're
Angela,
watching.
She's here in
Look at
spirit.
Angela is actually one of our favorite past employees who moved on.
She is a nurse at
she's a-
St. Luke's or the Mountain States Tumor Institute.
Heck yeah!
Yeah,
she's
So
a cancer nurse.
if you have a tumor, hit her up.
If you're at the Mountain States Tumor Institute at St. Luke's Hospital,
She's
on
she's
the
a
third
hoot.
floor or something
Yeah.
like that.
I hope
She's
I'm not
a-
drinking any tumors, though.
You'll
right?
see.
No.
Hopefully, Angela will be there to help you out.
She's hilarious. She's one of our
She's great.
favorite. She's one of our favorite packers and shippers. She was. She always knew how to take a joke, and that's kind of how everybody is here in the Rag Company building. Like kind of how you said, everybody's so down to earth,
Yeah.
and it's so true because it's almost like to work here, you have to take a joke, right? We
Yep.
have.
Well, at the
a
end of the day,
horrible
we're
sense of
selling
humor
towels.
and-
Like, that's what we joke about is like, we try not to take it seriously, but
Yeah.
it is funny when there are people that literally like will live and die
This industry
By-
takes itself very
by
seriously.
certain
Yeah.
things. And we're like, guys, we sell towels.
Live
We
and
make
die by
cars-
the gloss.
We make cars shiny.
My
guys.
wife is like, my wife will see, she'll go through and I'll show her some of the comments and stuff that people have said or post. And she's like, you guys sell flipping towels. And people are
What are they
willing to
mad
start
about?
fights online with you
Yeah.
because
nuts.
of that. And we're like,
Fire.
what can I say?
Yeah.
We make a
Well,
really
that's what
good
you can
towel.
tell it's a business, or I should say, it's
It's a
passion
passion.
fueled.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yep.
as soon as you get passionate people discussing about things, you will get arguments and discussions, and
Yeah.
which is fine as long as it's done
yeah.
respectfully. But the car world is the same thing.
Yeah.
You might like a brand X like Subaru, and then the other person prefers
Mitsubishi.
Exactly. So you'll get a debate started. But I like to see passionate people just discussing, as long as it's respectful and polite. But the
Yeah.
car entertainment and the car business world in general, it generates a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course the detailing
I
products.
was raised that way. My dad and my uncles, or my dad's a Chevy man, and all his brothers are Ford
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I think it'll always go down in history like that. I think it's anything more. I don't know.
Well, we had Pad
football,
Wars 17,
sports, Pad
know.
Wars. Yeah,
Pad Wars 17
was an
It
insane.
was a bloody time for us. It was a bloody battlefield, and
That was the battle of the microfiber wash pads, basically, is
Oh,
what
really?
it was.
Okay.
So it was
And
all
mitts.
the and
It's a-
mitts.
it's a running
well,
joke.
that was Mitt Wars 17.
Oh, that was
and
Mitt
that-
Wars
and
17, and
that
then we had Pad
happened-
Wars.
and then Pad Wars 17
was shortly after that.
But that was a fantastic. But that's the thing. We always have fun. We always try to make light of situations. We never take
Yeah.
ourselves too seriously.
Yep.
And you know what? Don't get me wrong though. We're very passionate about this, and there are certain
Yeah.
times where people will leave us comments where, it kind of hurts a little bit seeing certain comments. When we're humans, we have
Yeah, we have
feelings.
feelings, like,
we have
not a
feelings.
robot.
And when they make
We
like
all have to go home and mow our own lawn and
Yeah.
think about what
Yeah.
you told, what you said to us. I'm
Yeah,
just
and-
saying.
and when it's a direct attack at us, and like we know that that's a direct attack at us, and we're probably going to think about it later in the day, and it may just be a passing thought for the person writing that comment, saying this mean comment, saying, whatever, F you guys, blah, 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 blah.
Who cuts your hair,
But-
Anthony?
What's that?
Who cuts
yeah,
your hair?
They talk about cut my hair, and it's
Anthony's
Christine,
mom.
and she is a saint.
Anthony's
a
mom
saint.
cuts his hair.
Okay, leave her out of
She's a
this.
sweet
Yeah.
lady.
But
She doesn't deserve that kind of
But
treatment.
we are human.
She loves her son.
We have feelings, and so we just try to make light of most situations, and we joke about it.
Yeah.
But we know Dane gets just as fired up over some comments as any of us do.
No,
Oh,
Dane
yeah.
will wake us all up at midnight to send us a comment that he
He's like,
found.
He's like, you see what this guy
See
said?
this stuff, guys? And I'm like, I don't
I'm
even
like,
want to
Dean,
look at it
why are
because I'm
you
trying
up
to
right
sleep.
now?
I
Go
think
to
I
bed.
get
So if
fired
I
up
read it,
because
I may not
know
sleep.
I have sources I can cite. The facts are on my side, and I'm going to lay them out. Everything else be damned. It's just
Yeah.
But that's the dark side of the internet. I find
Oh,
is
yeah.
You'll get those trolls.
You're
or those
never going to
keyboard
win
warriors.
because somebody's
Exactly.
opinion is always going to be stronger than whatever facts you may have.
Some users hide behind avatars or nicknames that's not even their real name, and they'll just fire off, and they don't really think. They probably haven't even watched the video.
No.
And sometimes you'll be like, really? You've watched a 15 to 20-minute video that I made, and it took me hours, and you guys the same thing, and all you took away is that little detail that bugged you or that specific thing that I don't know why you had to comment on, and that's kind of sad at the same time, but it comes with the territory, and you have to learn to live with it.
Yeah, no, my favorite is, there's like you put out a 20-minute video on something, and within 2 minutes there's a downvote, and you're like,
how did you
how
even
did
watch
that
that?
happen?
Right?
I know that's not based on any kind of
Yeah.
actual
and part of me is
data.
like interaction. It still
doesn't
counts as
matter.
good.
Yeah.
It
By
By
doesn't
the way,
matter.
guys, you downvote. It's still engagement.
Yeah,
It's
I'm like-
helping the video.
Yeah.
So
Whether
It's-
you like or
joke's
dislike,
on you.
any engagement is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Leave
actually
us a comment.
It'd actually be more of a punch to us if you just didn't do anything at all. But if you leave a comment or a like or dislike, I'm like, yes. Engagement. Doesn't matter.
Just think of the YouTubers who are into drama. Well,
yeah.
there's a lot of fuel and negativity and all sorts of comments of
cultivate
drama.
that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter. The YouTuber keeps on getting views and gets
Yeah.
paid even higher. So
Helping them out, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody wants
we
to
could
go
go
see
that
it.
route, but then again, I mean, I want to have a conscience at the end of the day.
It's
so.
true. I want to feel good
You
about
take
the
the
things
higher
I'm putting
route.
out. So
You are the bigger people, and
yeah.
hopefully
what
you guys see
happens.
that too.
Well, like,
we
and
don't
we do-
respond and we don't play into that.
Well, and we do stuff for our customers. Like we get comments and questions all the time. People ask, hey, can you get me a sticker? Or can you sign it? I added a sticker to my cart. Can you sign it? Can all of you guys sign it? Or little things like that. Like we had a customer who it was her birthday, and she's a very good customer of ours. She spends a lot of money with us, and through just a discussion on her last order, John was talking to her, our operations manager, and she goes, well, it's my birthday today, and he's like, oh my gosh, happy birthday, and she's like, yeah, not a lot of my family have said hi, happy birthday or wish me, I'm kind of on my own out here doing this, and so John had a great idea. He came up here, grabbed one of our Wash Wednesday sweatshirts, wrapped it up, had every single person here at the rag company. He wrote her name on it, really big on the package, and then each of us in different colored pens and markers signed all our names on it.
That's a nice touch.
And sent it to her.
Told her
and,
happy
and said
birthday.
happy
Yeah.
birthday
Yeah.
from us, because she is such a great customer. And we've got a thing downstairs that she made. She literally took some of our all-purpose terries and folded them into roses.
You can find it on our
origami.
Instagram.
You can find it on our
amazing.
Microfiber
Instagram.
origami.
I think
Yeah.
actually when we were down on the store filming earlier, it shows up in the video with you guys.
But she made that and then put it in a box and then sent it to us, and made a vase out of like foil, and then it has like the stems
Yeah.
and then the flowers and everything's. It's
The time
pretty
it took
amazing
to make that.
Yeah.
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 We look at it and we go, wow. But
You probably
she
made
sent
her
us
day with that
Yeah,
shirt.
but she
That's a
sent
nice
us that
move.
and was like, here you guys go. Like, look what I made with your towels. And we're like, holy cow, that's pretty rad.
That
So
is
we
so
have it
cool.
on display in the store.
Yeah.
But, we like it when we get stuff like that, or when
Yeah.
we do stuff like that, or like when we do, we do charity stuff and giveaways. Like when we did our Eagle First Flight Pack, that was really fun.
Yeah.
To be able for us to do that, for the team to build those, for everybody to watch, like we were all waiting,
Yes.
getting ready for the day.
they
Everybody
sold
was
out.
ready to go. Yeah, we had them completely sold out
Yeah.
in under 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it was really cool. And then to be able to present the check on Idaho Diabetes Awareness Day at the state capitol,
all
on
the
the steps.
proceeds went directly to
100%
that.
of those
That's
proceeds,
nice.
we were able to hand them off to the JDRF Mountain Valley chapter. And my son was able to be there. I got to hold him and be up there with him.
So that's
He
close
got
to
his
you, right? It's-
picture,
it's a
yeah,
cause
because
that's
he's
close
got
to you.
he's got juvenile diabetes, type 1 diabetes, and so for him to be there and see that, and he had his little bear. He brought his bear with him to the JDRF, because the JDRF will provide. They make a backpack. Inside that backpack, they have a couple books about diabetes, and they give them some toys and some other stuff, and some a book on recipes and carb calculator and all that kind of stuff. And then in the bag is probably the most important thing, and it's Rufus. It's a teddy bear, and Rufus has pad points on his pads and on his feet and on his butt and on his back of his arms and on the legs of where kids could practice drawing blood
Yep.
or
Yep.
giving the bear a shot.
Okay.
Especially for young ones, where my son was 3 when he was diagnosed, and it's hard to explain to a 3-year-old you're going to get your finger poked and you're going to get shots at least 5-6 times a day.
Wow.
And you basically have to hurt them to do that because it's an owie, and you can't sugarcoat it, you can't explain it, you can't go, but it's going to get better, just trust me, because they're 3.
Yeah.
And the JDRF provides that through their donations to every single family. When they come into the hospital, they hit all the hospitals around the country, and as a child gets diagnosed, they find that out, and they bring that and give that to the child. And so the child has this bag with bracelets and towels and just little fun items that says JDRF on it, and it's an advocacy group to help the parents too.
That's nice.
And so my son loves that bear. He sleeps with Rufus every single night.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to check Rufus's blood when I check his blood. He wants to do all the same stuff. And for me, the fact that all these folks literally paid for this pack of towels, and we were able to give them that money, which isn't a lot, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But it was something.
Anything will help. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
For
did the
us,
right
it was
thing.
something-
That's such a nice move.
that is going to provide that level of comfort that
Yes.
that my son
That you
finds
saw,
in that
that you
bear.
witnessed. Yeah.
It's going to provide it for other kids
Yeah.
that are that age or a little bit older. Is a really, really, really good thing.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all about. And Dane's mom has a saying, like, she's the president of the company, and she wants to give only to women and children's groups. She wants to help kids that are hurting because she's had to, she's worked in the medical field and she's had to deal with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that she really wants to help. And if there's anything that this business can do, it's to help those that are suffering or those that are hurting. And we posted on one of our last videos, we've given almost $20,000 this year.
And you don't always brag about it. That's one thing I found out.
And we don't.
Like,
No,
people don't know because
go out
of
of our
course
way
you're
to
not going
bring
to go
it
out there
up.
every single day and we gave money to this or that. But you guys do charitable work as well.
Because
it's
it's
a family
important to.
If we did that, it'd be like
You are a
Bead Maker.
family.
People would be like, "Why are they talking about it so much?"
Yeah.
It's I'm not like that either. I don't like to promote that we do good. That we're charity shouldn't be something that you should be proud of
Hey,
pushing.
here I am,
Hey,
just
look
getting
at me.
checked
Should
and
be
another
for
It should be
sake
something
of
that you do for the
the
betterment
kindness
of
of
your
your heart.
what's
community.
actually being done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to brag about it, but it's hard when there are internet trolls and folks like that that think we're not doing that kind of stuff, and or people that just don't know who we are and go, man, you didn't see when we did that?
Yeah.
You didn't see when we held this, or that we donated to this organization, or that we provided detail packs for cystic fibrosis for the 65 Roses organization and those guys and their Porsche run that they do. That's one of the largest revenue gainers for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and that kind of stuff. People don't see that stuff, and that's fine. But at the same time, like, we're a family-run organization, and we want to help others. And whether that's through education, whether that's through community outreach, whether that's through donations or
We act
things
like
that we
a
can do.
supportive family because that's what we are.
Yeah, because we have many employees that suffer from all kinds of different things, or they've had certain things. We help the International Rescue Committee because we have an employee here who's a Congolese refugee, and he is awesome. Maki is one of the coolest
He's the one
guys.
with the
Best.
giveaways that you do, right?
Yes.
With the numbers.
Maki
Yeah.
is the best.
He is amazing, and he has had you hear his story, and it is absolutely heartbreaking.
Gut wrenching.
And to see him in every day and see that smile that he does and see the smile that Anthony gets from him when he takes that
He
picture.
looks super happy. Yeah.
That guy is how he smiles through, where he is in his life. That guy's got the biggest, strongest heart I've ever seen of any human being. And that's one of the beautiful things about that, is that we have this family and this network. And like I said, like Anthony was saying, Angela, we miss her.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
she
she's
was
not
one of
even here
those.
anymore,
She
so-
doesn't work here, no. So Pan's taking her mug home with him. But it's that we have all these great employees, and we have a lot of fun while we're here.
I told you guys I would work here. I would
Yeah.
literally, and this is honest to God, I could see myself working. This is the type of environment, and I can see you guys having that you still get the job done. You're serious and professional, but you have the creative freedom to go out there and enjoy your days and do some awesome content for your viewers and just help the company grow.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, thank you.
I love
Like
that.
we said, we try.
We love what we do.
Yeah, it shows. It shows, guys. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I know this is supposed to be about Pan.
No, but I just love. We spoke about so many different topics, and this is how it was. Like
But
just
it's
chilling
genuine.
with you guys. It was awesome.
The podcast has that effect on people.
That's what's fun about it.
You end up in a very real place by the time you're finishing
are
up.
we?
And
so.
nothing is scripted, and we
No.
we veered off course so many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Bead Maker's amazing. I'm just gonna put it out there.
you derailed
Buy Bead Maker.
to
It's available at
Go buy
ragcompany.com.
It's
We ship
because
for
they
free over
actually believe in
$49.
it.
So
All right, guys. Well, Pan, once again, thank you so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having
It's
me,
been
guys.
great
Yeah,
having you here
we've
this
been having a
week.
blast.
This
Yeah.
guy's awesome. Seriously, go support his
Thank you.
channel. He's one of the good ones.
I try my best.
Yeah.
right on.
So, all right, guys. With that said, I guess we're wrapping up today. 47 minutes, not too shabby.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, you can listen to us on iTunes or wherever you may get your podcast normally. You can watch us on the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel.
Go subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe to
Tell
that.
your friends.
Click the little bell. Tell your buddies. And also the Rag Company YouTube channel. Go subscribe to that because, hey, that's where we're doing video stuff, and that's where you're going to see the videos we just did with Pan.
Also, Pan's
coming
channel,
out.
Pan the Organizer.
And absolutely, Pan the Organizer. Pan the Organizer.
So, guys, can we
So-
all say it at once?
Yes.
Oh, let's
Make
do that.
sure
Let's.
you keep it tight, keep it clean,
clean.
and we'll see all of you on the next
Next
one.
one.
On the next one. Peace
Bye,
out.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Ciao.